Hello, it's been a while. House renovations, illness, whatever. Um, I'm off this week due to illness. I'm not going to get into details, it's fine, I hope. But I'm going to try and get some more reviews done because I should hopefully have time. So, on that note, I'm going to review a figure, and it is, paradoxically, this. Now, you might be thinking, Ugly, why are you reviewing that? Aren't you the Surtoys boy? Yeah, but I felt like doing something different just to break it up a little bit. So here we are reviewing Transformers War Cybertron Siege, whatever, you know what it is. I don't care. There's too many subtitles. Don't care. Basically, Siege Deluxe Refraktor. And here we have it in its. Let me just get the air quotes ready again. Spaceship mode. And I thought I'd start it off here to get it out of the way, and I'm going to say that it's not great. I mean, if you ever played like like what's the things like Frontier, Elite, these old computer games where you start off in a tiny little ship and you work your way up, and you end up with like these big frigates covered in cannons. That sort of game. This is like a starter ship from one of those. It's a little box, little cockpit, tiny little engine at the back, maybe some little boosters if you want under there. You can just about maybe make out some sort of vent that could be engines. Who knows? Little landing gear, cause it's a tiny little thing, and a gun out the front. It's a very basic little spaceship, but it does remind me of those kind of games. So I kind of like it. I'll give it a pass. It's not good, but when you think about it, at least it's something. Because you see, the Refraktor, I'm just going to call it Reflector from now on because we all know the deal. Reflector is 3 robots or more depended that transform into one alternate mode. That's how it always was. And they had the genius idea of selling them individually, which I think is a bit sneaky and personally really put me off, which is why I didn't buy this at the beginning of the line. I was like, nah, not playing that game. You're not suckering me. A year or so later, I find them cheap on eBay. But that's not the point. The point is, if you have to have 3 of these to do the combined mode, at least they've given it something it can do on its own. Is it good? Not really, but at least it's something. Like Titans Return Galvatron. The tank cannon mode thing is a bit dumb. So they gave it a spaceship mode. Do people like it? No. Do I? Kinda. But at least it gives him some playability. This, he'd transform into a cube and just sit there. That's it. So at least now it has something it can do. That being said, it's a long thin thing. It's got the thing, scared, it's got that. It's got this, we're going to say, engine housing, to be polite. Gun out the front, little flat cockpit there, which implies that if that's the cockpit and there's someone inside there, arguably, it does give this really cramped, small sensation to the pilot, which shows how small it is. I like the feel of it, I'll be honest. I'll give them that. Itchy wrist. So yeah, I kind of like that. I'm going to be honest, I do. I kind of like that. Now we'll get on to the robot mode. And to do that, what we're going to do is we're going to get this engine housing. I'm going to stop air quoting now. When you get that, just wriggle it and pop loose. There's the peg there that goes into that hole. And there's this tab here that kind of goes into a little slot there. Little groove. So we'll take that off. We will wiggle this and open these front sections. Stop spoiling, and unpeg. Now bear in mind there are 2 peg holes. There's there sorry, 2 sets. There's the middle ones and the top ones. For this mode, use the upper outer ones, because otherwise this little tab piece at the back won't fit. There's not enough clearance. Let's take that off. Now we've got this, the bare bones spaceship, so to speak. And if you want, you can also take this off. We'll look at those in a bit. So we've got this. Hooray! So what we need to do is untab this cockpit section, the sort of windscreen. There are these 2 flat tabs, if you can see there. Bring it a bit closer. There we go. 2 tabs go into little grooves there. And we need to fold that over inside. And fold this whole piece over the top. Which looks quite good, I'll be honest with you. That's quite well done. At which point we need to untab these sections here. Little tab on top there. It goes into that little groove there. Same on that side. Untab and bring this piece over on that hinge. Do there and there. At which point we rotate here this entire piece around. Split. Fold these inside. Fold it inside. Flip up the sort of nosy section that's been split by the gun. Rotate. Rotate. Straighten them out. Reach in here. Flip out the hands. Turn. Straighten them out. Flip out the hand. Straighten out. And bring it down. And of course, we get this piece. Sort of fold it through. Bring up the head. Which we then turn around. There we go. And that is Refraktor. I'm not even going to bother with the other one. That's Refraktor in his robot mode. I remembered I didn't do a size comparison, but to be honest with you, considering the alternate mode is basically just the robot lying down, it's about that big. Okay? Okay. This, as far as a robot goes, is pretty good. The solid grey arms, I think, is quite accurate. The little green windowy bit, I believe, is quite accurate. The face is really quite lovely. If you can see any of that, there you go. Quite nice. Legs look about right. Little hollow at the back, but they have got the landing strut things that fold over. Hole in the back there, but so what? That's where the hands flip out. It's fine. And he looks pretty good. Yeah, swivel all the way around, in and out, double hinge at the elbow. Waist swivel, forward, in and out, swivel, knee bend, ankle tilt. Everything's there. Everything that you want. Oh, sorry. Head is only on swivel, but then the transformation joint, you can also get a bit of up and down. Oh, sorry. Back, really. Maybe a little bit forward, but not much. So, he's kind of nice, to be honest with you. Kind of nice. Size comparison, here he is with Sideswipe. I'll be honest, I don't think Refraktor should be the same size as Sideswipe. No, Sideswipe isn't the biggest Autobot, but Refraktor is supposed to be reasonably small. I think this scale is probably a bit more accurate. Or indeed, this. But what do I know, huh? Let's get these out of the way. Get them out of the way. In fact, you should be standing over here with these guys anyway. Let's move you out of the way. Let's put you over there. Yeah, you're back with your MP brethren. There you go. Right, so you out of the way. Marvellous. Now, you got the accessories. Yay, accessories. They accessorize like a girl on a shopping trip to... I don't know where I was going with that. So you get these. So you've got a gun with, I'm assuming, a giant magazine. Yeah, not for reading. But it's quite nice. It's got a lot of detail in it. Can't argue with that. Again, can you see any of this? There you go. Quite nice. Lots of detail. Looks pretty good. Put that in the hand. It's got this, which I'm dropping. Hooray! Got this, which is a shield, apparently. Which doesn't look too bad. Got a big clear piece. I wonder why. Yes, I'm trying to pretend I'm stroking my chin like this is my face, but it isn't because it's like over there somewhere. But that doesn't matter. So we're going to get this, and you can, using that peg to put it in the hand. And you go, haha, I'm using a shield. Ah, it's alright. Yeah, you can aim it so you can kind of look through the gap at the top, which some shields did, which is nice. You can also use this peg to like plug it onto the arm. But you got to be a bit careful of the clear plastic bit, which is there for no reason. So you can put it there. And the best thing I've worked out for storage is you can also plug it into the shoulder. Just stick it there and forget about it for a bit. And it also comes with this thing. Anyway, it's just a thing with a peg. Now, you can, if you want, or if you've, for example, got 3 of these and you don't require every single one of these to have, you can plug it into basically the bum and leave it as one of the generic reflectors. Or if you want this to be the leader one, which I do, you can plug it screen accurate into his stomach. Hooray! Which also leaves that peg hole free. So if you want, you can... How do I work this out that way, I think? Does it not go in there? Does it go in that one? Yeah, okay. That one, I think, is a little bit smaller than the 5mm, but that one isn't, so you can plug it in there. So the gun can just sort of hang off the side, hang off the back. You know, like a rifle slung over the shoulder. I kind of like that. So again, he looks pretty good. But you see, there's a reason why you get 3 of these, and it is for the combined mode. And so we're going to take these 3 parts off, and we're going to get this guy ready for the combined mode. Now, all 3 parts transform the exact same way, but you treat the middle one slightly different. It doesn't transform differently, you just treat it differently. And so, what we're going to do is fold the hands in, turn the waist around, turn the legs around. This is one of the bits that really confused me when I started. So basically the crotch is now backwards, but the legs are still pointing the right way. You can tell, because the ankle tilt goes out. And these will actually tab together. There's a slot there, tab there, slot there, tab there. Get these and tab them together, like so. Flip out the landing gear stuff. Okay. Turn the arms so they bend outwards. Turn the head around. Head it around. Shove it in. Marvellous. And now, this is the tricky bit. What we want to do is get this double bent, but we don't want it all the way up there. We want it as low down as we can get it. So we want it sort of there. If that makes sense. Because you think, oh, it's got a double bend. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bend it, and it's going to go up here. There you go. That's wrong. That's right. Trust me. So we want it about there. Rotate these in. Okay. Now, what we need to do is fold this over so that these go into there. Now, this is more art than science. So what I suggest you do is lean these out a little bit. Bring these over. Bend it a bit first. And while they're still going in, just push to make sure they're going to go in nicely. Make sure they're going in nicely. And then you should be able to bring it all the way over the top. And there are tiny little ridges on the inside of the heels here that just drop into these slots in the shoulders. So if you get it all lined up properly, it should just go over the top. And you just make sure they're pushed in. At which point, close the landing gear up. And there we have a cube! Dun 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 dun! Dramatic reveal. Make sure I don't lose that. We need that. I mean, don't get me wrong. If someone wants to buy like 12 of these or something, and then doing the was it War Dawn? I think it was the episode that introduced the aerial bots, and they had the Decepticons that turned up. There was a lorry, and the sort of things on the back transformed into robots, and they basically turned into cubes. Customizing idea for someone out there, not me. So we get this. Yay. And what we need is 2 more. Yay. Now you might be thinking, Ugly, you got that plugged in there and that plugged in there. It's kind of my personal preference. You don't need to do that at all. Personal preference, I will explain in a bit. So what we need to do is this one continues facing forward, and these two need to turn around. And then peg, hole, hole, peg, hole, peg. Might sound a bit confusing, but you line it all up and it all tabs together. And it's rock solid. Same on this side. And it all pegs together. And this is the main body of it. And I personally like to fold the toes up on the middle section. Not on these, because that would be silly. And I fold it up on those because if you look in here, there is actually molded detail. And that kind of looks like a flash, and that'd be, I don't know, a light sensor, something like that, you know, like low light. I don't know. And so we've got that. Now, again, this is supposed to be a camera. We'll get into that first, but let me explain why I put these two where I have. This would be to take the picture. This would be, if it's digital, to move around the menu and stuff. That's the best thing I could think of to do with this piece. That's me. But what to do with the other accessories? Bear in mind, here's one of these, a shield, a gun, and then another 2 guns, another 2 shields. Well, we shall go for this. What we're going to do is get this piece and plug it in right underneath in what you thought might have been a hole for a stand. It is not. And personal preference, I'm going to leave it like that. So 1 slot at the back, 2 at the front. Personal preference, you don't have to. Then we'll take the guns. Why am I acting like people have never seen this before? Whatever. Now the guns, what they do is they sort of slide into each other. Like that. And so tab in. There's, where are we? This piece sticking out. Again, come on. This piece sticking out, that slot. Where am I? This little tab sticking out, that slot. And if you line it all up, you can get them all to peg in together. Push it all together. And then there's these 3 tabs on top. See? 1, 2, 3. See those? What could they be for? Well, so you line it up, you tab it in, and it's a tripod. I'll be honest with you, it sounded dumb when I first heard it, but it's actually really cool. Then you get the 3 shields, and again, just need to sort of line them up, and there's like tabs and slots and things like that, and it's not super solid, but if you line them up, they will hold together. Get that lined up. Come on. And they tab together reasonably well. And they become a camera lens. Yay, camera lens. And there are, where am I? There's tab, or is it these smaller ones? I think it might be the smaller ones. Basically, these tabs will line up. Where am I? Yeah, it's the smaller ones. Little tab there, will go into that hole, and then the big one at the bottom, I think, just sort of sits in there somewhere. It's fine. So we'll line that up, push it in, and yeah, the big one just sort of sits in there, sort of tabs in nicely. And now we have the camera mode. Why does it feel like something Peter Parker should have? There you go, I've got Spider-Man Transformers crossover written. There you go, Marvel owns everything, doesn't it? Sorry, Disney. Disney owned, sorry. But yeah, again, move the settings, take the picture, flash, light sensor. I kind of dig it. Like, really, to take a phrase from Ninja Bill, bless him. I kind of dig it. Really do. So, yeah. Size comparison for that. Well, there's Sideswipe. So it's kind of on the big size. In fact, can a Sideswipe stand on it? I think it can. The tripod's really quite sturdy, to be honest with you. Quite sturdy indeed. There he is. There's the oversized sort of Voyager Sideswipe. There you go. And just for a bit of funsies, let me straighten him out a bit. For my own personal funsies, there's tailgate. Power of the Prime's tailgate. So yeah, Refraktor, because I'm not going to say the other name because I can't be bothered anymore. It's actually kind of good. I don't like the fact you got to buy 3 separate, at which point there is a set where you can buy all 3 together, and they are in the original Diaclone colours, I want to say, and they come with individual names. But do I care that much about Diaclone? Not really. I mean, I appreciate how they, basically brought Transformers to us and all that stuff, but whatever. So yeah, there we go. Again, apologies for being away. Things are happening, stuff like that. I'm still tidying up, which basically means I've brought all my toys from upstairs downstairs, and they are basically in bags and boxes and not organised in any way. I have no shelving down here for them. It's a bit of a mess, but fortunately I've got enough random stuff lying around. I should be okay to do some reviews. Yeah. So I'm going to call it a day, I think. If anyone's on the Facebook page, Ninja Bill is a manager on there, and he's doing a way better job than I ever could. Again, I don't know why I need a Facebook page per se, but it is literally in case the comments and stuff just go bad on this. That's all it's for. Oh well, so thank you to Ninja Bill anyway. Yeah, I'm going to go. So, I should be ugly. I should be wretched. I see all of you at my funeral by the sounds of it. I kid. It's actually a very serious condition. It's fine. Don't worry about it. I'm actually alright. Genuinely, I'm fine. Bye!